class, I just wanted to show you quickly how to access lynda.com. It's a little bit different from the older platform, but it's really easy to access. So once you were on the main page here, you know, you're used to seeing all this stuff. So if you go to help and click that, and then it's going to say AI help. So if you just click that, then you're going to get this page here, and there's a lot of really cool stuff here. Anyway, so over to the right side of the page, there's something called lynda.com, and you may have to get a login at first, but I'm not sure. I heard that they had changed it. But anyway, so you click it, and I already have a login, so it's just going to open up Lynda here to me. So one of the easiest ways to do it is just to search. But if you click here under their library, you could go, you could go under software. So if you go to software here and just say like see all, excuse me, you're going to get all of this stuff here. So if you start to look down, here's Adobe. And if you look at Photoshop, there's way more titles than in the Photoshop, here, but that's one way to access it. Just a second. So, you could also just search for titles, but I'm just clicking here into library, and then I'm going to go to just photography. And again, there's more than just Photoshop for photography, but I'm just going to say see all, or no, I'll just go to Photoshop here. And you're going to get tons and tons of cool tutorials. Like, again, photography alone, they have 284 titles. That's really a lot. They have these skill levels, and then it goes into all the different, CSS, this and that, and so on. So if you can, that's the newest version. I'm not sure if that's the one you have. So a good place to start is just to do the beginner one. And the one-on-one fundamentals is always good. There's another thing called essential training. This is probably the one that I would do first. And again, if you click here, you see all the different, each title has so many different videos in it. So all these, and you can download the exercise files if you want. But again, if you look at all of this stuff, I mean, it goes on. It's, it might even tell you how many hours are in the course. But again, I know my window's not, my window isn't very big, but you can, there's transcripts, there's exercise files. It tells you over here that the duration is 3 hours and 45 minutes. It could be longer or shorter. So again, there's all these cool things like, and some of them are really short, some of them are longer, but so let's say applying layer effects. So if I click this, it's just going to do this little video here, and you can follow along with the exercise files. You can make it bigger, smaller. There's another thing you can do too, is you can download it to view it offline, so it copies all the videos for you, and then you can watch it offline. So again, you probably should need to look to see how to do that. I can't remember quite how to do that. Just a second. Up here, if I go under here, I'm pretty sure they still have that feature, but again, you might just, you might want to just kind of, look around, because it's kind of interesting. So another way to use this too is, so let's say that, you want to learn how to do layer masking, right? So you can say layer masks, whoops. And again, you're going to see the different ones. So 8 things you should know about Photoshop. Then there's layer compositing. There's a lot more though too, and even the older versions are usually pretty cool. So you can click here, and then you're going to get all this different stuff. So this whole title here is called 8 Things You Should Know About Photoshop, and I really would suggest this guy Deke is really good. They have a lot of tips and tricks stuff. So again, the whole one on layer masks is 13 minutes. So these are, like I say, there's so much stuff. Oh, there it is. View offline. That's what I was looking for. So if you click this, what it will do is it'll download all of this stuff, so you could view it offline. And I'll tell you, when I used to because I paid for these before, I download a whole bunch of stuff. I'll pay for 1 month and I download a bunch of stuff and then I watch it. Just and other times. But again, there's so many cool, different, tutorials. They even, they go over how to make logos, and again, here is some of the main people. Another thing I like to do is if you just look at it by subjects, you can kind of look through because they have a lot of other stuff that you might really want for your job, marketing, data. They have a lot of stuff on C, programming, C++, all different kinds of stuff, and what I really like about Lynda too, I love these creative inspirations and creative spark. And again, you can see 36. And the cool thing about these is they're like documentaries, and they actually go into design studios, and it shows the artists working in their studios, which is really excellent because if you're an online student, you don't get to see all that. You don't get to go into printing press and all this stuff. So again, really some nice features under this creative inspirations, and the creative spark is another one. So for some reason it's not loading, but there it is. There's another one, and again, these are more kind of documentaries, but they look at the Eddie Opera and his influences on design process thinking. And joining Pentagram is a very famous design studio. So again, I really encourage you guys to take advantage of this stuff while you're a student and while it's free. It's such a great stuff. And like I said, there's so many titles, even back to all the subjects. It's not just about technology. They even have music on here. I'm serious. Like last time I looked on here, and they have drawing, so you could look, drawing, just regular drawing. Not documentaries, 109. It's just a great resource. Somebody told me that they actually have like guitar and piano classes on here now, but let's see. No, Photoshop, photography foundations, and a lot of photography, not just Photoshop. So many different cool teacher development. Wow, I wonder if I should do that. Okay, so anyway, just let me know if you have any questions about this. I just highly suggest taking advantage of such a wonderful resources while you're at AI, and it's really nice they provide this. Okay, have a great weekend.